Yes guys, Jess here, back with another video. You've read the title. We have about 48 hours left before Bitcoin makes a massive move. You can see right here that I have a lot of charts prepared. Mainly this consolidation that we need to be talking about, because in my opinion, I think that a breakout is inevitable. So I'm going to be going through all the different scenarios that I have and all the insights that I'm seeing in the market. But congratulations to the people watching my YouTube channel. You know, we hit about 500 subscribers. So a massive thank you to the people that subscribed. I think I thanked you guys in my last video, and I did take a break due to external reasons, but I'm back doing videos again. So make sure to smash up that subscribe button and smash up the like button. We're going to be going through Bitcoin mainly and Ethereum today, and then we're going to look at altcoins in future videos. But I have the liquidation heat maps and all the different reasons why we're getting somewhat of a dip right now. You know, on the week is not too bad, but if you look at the day, you can see that there's quite a few tokens that are down. So of course, we had a dip earlier, we're starting to recover, so we need to be knowing what's next. As you can see over here, we've called the bottom for Bitcoin using the MT global liquidity chart, and it's played out to the T. We were looking at a double bottom scenario, and of course for Ethereum, I circled the absolute bottom. I said that this is going to be the lowest price Ethereum is going to go to, in my opinion, and you can see Ethereum's actually traded to the top of the range. And if we look at Bitcoin too, it's followed the global liquidity to a T. And spoiler alert, you can see that we had a nice dip in the global liquidity before going higher, and Bitcoin is having a dip now. So are we going to decouple from the global liquidity and actually start to crash towards the downside, or are we going to follow the global liquidity and continue this massive uptrend? So before we get into the analysis, make sure to smash up that like button. Let's try to get above 10 likes this video. That'd be absolutely insane. And with that being said, let's get straight away into this banger. Bow. So looking at the 24-hour liquidation heat map, we can actually give it a quick refresh and have a look at the books, and we can see that there's the majority of liquidity above us. So it's likely that we can actually start to see a move towards the upside, in my opinion, as Bitcoin is still holding the 50-day moving average on the 4-hourly time frame. And you can backtest this before. You can see that every time you hold it in a strong uptrend, it's likely you get a move towards the upside. Even if you chop and change just below it a little bit, that's completely fine. You typically want to see it hold, and we're in a symmetrical triangle right now, more of like a bullish pennant. So of course, I think that Bitcoin is likely to break towards the upside since we had a previous move up. So I'm just going to get straight in towards the point, guys. So make sure to subscribe if you want someone that's getting straight to the point. So my bias is that Bitcoin is going to be moving towards the upside here, and we can actually calculate the measured move using the previous flagpole and essentially taking it to the point of the breakout. So if we were to break out from here, then we have an approximate target for Bitcoin in and around the 130k level. So that's something to be watching for you guys over there. So make sure to be keeping your eyes peeled. However, this is all probabilities. It's not guaranteed to happen. And of course, we could just start to move towards the upside here, create like a Bart Simpson pattern. So for the guys that know about the bearish checkmate, essentially it's where you have distribution. Market makers may push price up, and then that's where you actually start to see price actually start to reverse. So although it may look like a bull flag now, it's not guaranteed that that's going to be happening. So we need to be looking at the relevant levels to be watching if we were going to be seeing the price actually go down. And one level I'm watching is the 114k level. So this is the previous range. So the handle of this cup and handle, you can see posted by Mr. Crypto. So we're in this triangle right now, and if we do break up towards the upside, we have our target in around the 140k mark and 130k mark. However, if we do break down, I do think that 114 to 130k is key support near the handle. So make sure to be keeping that in mind. But again, looking at the global liquidity, it's likely that this is a small shallow dip, and we start to move towards the upside very soon. You can see that we had the Bitcoin dominance actually spiking towards the upside. So if we go and look at Mr. Crypto's post, you can see that this was already preordained, as the Bitcoin dominance was actually tanking. So it was likely we could get some sort of a reversal for the Bitcoin dominance before you get that massive altcoin surge. So although Bitcoin looks like it's doing all right, it hasn't dipped that much. You can see that looking at the bubbles, there's a lot of altcoins that have come down quite heavily, and that's just mainly because the Bitcoin dominance is actually starting to move towards the upside. So this is why I'm thinking that we could get some sort of a correction a little bit more before we actually start to move towards the downside. But again, it's going to be very small. I don't think it's going to be a big correction, or this might just be it. Like when the Bitcoin dominance decides to go down, you don't really get any big corrections. You can see over here, you had a little bit of stubble before you actually came towards the downside, but there was no meaningful kind of retest before you actually came down. It wasn't a stairway towards the downside. It was just a straight cascade down. So in my opinion, I think that if the real altcoin season is starting right now, then you're going to be seeing the Bitcoin dominance melt with little to no pullback. So just keep that in mind. And again, to the people that were taking positions, well done. It looks like Bitcoin is potentially given another position over there, but I wasn't even on YouTube to alert the second one, and this is why I'm thinking of making a VIP group. So make sure to actually comment down below if you'll be interested in that. It'll be free of charge, of course. All you will have to do is just sign up using my link, of course, to support the channel. And I think that you guys will benefit from some of the positions I'll be taking. So you can see I've been taking this Bitcoin position over here. I held it for about 30 days and I wasn't uploading on YouTube. You can see I longed it from the 99s, just like you can see on the chart. And yeah, I made some decent profit over there. So definitely, if you're interested in that, make sure to comment down below. But of course, let's focus on the TAE for now. Mainly, just to summarize, Bitcoin's in a consolidation pattern. We have liquidity stacked above us. Ethereum is literally hovering around this resistance level. It's tested many times. So it could be likely that Ethereum actually starts to break towards the upside and just continues without giving willing buyers easy kind of positions to be filled. There'll be liquidity waiting for, you know, some sort of a retracement. And the way the market works, it's not likely that the consensus price level always gets hit. You can also see as well that we have a Wyckoff schematic for Ethereum, and it looks like we're hovering in and around this level where you have signs of strength. So if we get some sort of a consolidation and we don't break out, I think that's incredibly bullish for Ethereum, because we're going to be confirming this Wyckoff breakout in towards phase E, and you're going to be seeing the Ethereum price actually break towards the upside. But of course, it is likely you can come and test this mid-level, so I wouldn't rule that out of the cards. This is trading, and it's all about probabilities, so make sure to be keeping this scenario in mind. So again, thank you for 500 subscribers. If you did enjoy this video, it's a nice and short video, you know, straight to the point. You know my bias now. We have two scenarios. We're looking for Bitcoin to be breaking out towards the upside, and also following the global liquidity. And if that's not possible, maybe the Bitcoin dominance goes up, altcoins bleed a bit more, Bitcoin starts to pull back in towards that 114k level, and then that's where we're going to be getting some support. But of course, my bias is to the upside, so make sure to be keeping your eyes peeled for those scenarios. That's a quick overview of what I see in the market. So smash up that like button if you do agree, and make sure to subscribe. And that's pretty much it from me, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a blessed rest of your day. Make sure to be following me on X for consistent updates. I took a little break, but I will be back on X, so make sure to be keeping the notifications on. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys. See ya. Bye bye.